I don't know, but I think this thing looks a little bit like a weird jukebox or so. Well, anyways, hello everyone and welcome back to the Final Fantasy XII Randomizer. Last time we did reach Arcades, and now our destination is to enter the Draklor laboratory and have a talk with Dr. Sid. And that's exactly what we will do right now. I already prepared myself last time, and everything should be fine. Yeah, I spent all my LP, my gambits should be set up, yeah. Okay, just controlled everything, I'm also equipped, so yeah, let's move on. And there's also quite a bunch of stuff I want to do today. I did inform myself what I want to do after I'm finished with Draklor. That's the reason why I didn't do Draklor last time, because I wanted to have a plan first before I continue after this, like, next biggest story section here. Okay, what we see is that the way to the Draklor laboratory is currently blocked. There is something going on there, so what we do instead of waltzing in through the front door, we're using our cabin and fly there. Also, both here basically tells us right now that Jules scammed us last time with the, what are they called again? Pinewood shops. Forgot about what they were called. But yeah, those two have a talk, both here and Jules. Good old friends. Well, or whatever. Okay, let's talk to the cap guide and take me, you know where to go. You want to go there, eh? You sure? Yeah. Alright, all aboard. Okay, we have, again, both here with this context and Jules managed to get us in there. Both here not amused that Van asks about his relationship to Jules. Also quick FMV, pretty random actually, if you ask me. Like we see how the party gets inside the Draklor laboratory. Nice. They really liked their FMVs for Arcades, right? Looks a little bit like the clock tower, so without the, like, clock. Oh, music. Crisis Core again. Draklor laboratory. Okay, now one-time area with, like, some kind of epic music. Nice. Okay, this is certainly, again, a different atmosphere.
It's too quiet.
It's too quiet, guys. Too quiet. Oh no! What is this? Suddenly different music, okay. Oh, cool music. I think it's the Chocobo theme what I just heard. So this might be something from Chocobo Dungeon or so. Because it's a song I do not recognize. Oh, cool music. What bang off the music here, okay? Okay, this is gonna be epic. Everyone is dead. Never mind, music is good. Listen to this, nice. Also Penelo here with what happened, kind of weird. But yeah, Draklor laboratory, very interesting area. Like I already mentioned, a one-time area. We cannot return here, and this is basically the only time we are here. And as such, this area basically has nothing of importance. There's nothing you can miss here, simply because you can never return here, so you would get missable stuff otherwise, if that were the case. And the developers were nice enough to not have missable stuff in this game, which is pretty cool, or at least not like major things you can miss. There is one scene here and there you can miss, of course, and certain things are only can only be done a certain way, if you know what I mean. Like the Katyn side quest in Rabanastre that can go 3 ways, but you only get 1 per playthrough. Also, I'm not finding my way here. I should go to the elevator that I actually can take. This one. Okay, our goal is to reach the 17 floor number 70, I think. That's where Dr. Sid is. Like his private, I don't know, floor or so. And cool music, what is this music? Also, I skipped the floor, there's not really much point in... Never mind, I cannot even skip the floor. Okay, clever game design. 67. I think we never make it to floor 69. I think there's only 3 floors here, and the last floor 70. Also, is this a reference to Final Fantasy VII? Isn't like President Shinra's floor also floor 70? I think that's the case. Yeah, must be because Final Fantasy VII, so it would make sense if it is floor 70 for President Shinra. But yeah, what you can already see are those doors here. Some doors have like this like red lamp and others have blue lamps. Like here, blue lamp. This will of course become important. But first we need to find something special. We need to find a special card that allows us to open those doors. Someone looked at the books and never like did clean up their mess. Okay, now stuff becomes more serious. CDV. Okay. Now stuff is more serious. The map is jammed, and we need to make it to the 70s floor. And now we also have enemies. Previously we do not have enemies, but now the alarm sounded or so. Like something or someone must be here who triggered the alarm, and everyone is on high alert because we sneaked in. We cannot be the ones they are searching for. Also, there are more doors open here now that lead us to small rooms. And at those terminals, the bulkhead controls, we can change which doors are open and which ones are closed. Obviously, we can only have the blue ones open and the red ones closed, or the red ones open and the blue ones closed. Like, pretty simple stuff. Also like how it changes the lighting. But yeah, like I said, there is nothing to miss here. There are some rooms you could go to. Actually, come on. Let's take the time and do that. There are at least 1 or 2 interesting items you can get here, I think. I think there's a Save the Queen you can get. And even though that's not missable, it is nice to get it for free. So let's try it. Also, there are some myths surrounding this place. Wow, with the damage. There are a few myths surrounding this place that actually tell you that you can miss stuff here. Like, there are special enemies here, like the lab rats. But those lab rats are not like their own separate bestiary entry, but rather they are the same as the Diorets back in the Garamzade waterway, so there really is nothing to miss. There are also some test subjects here and there, I think, but those are also enemies you encounter elsewhere. And they might have a special name here in Draklor, but they actually are counted as a different kind of enemy that you can get all the time, at any time. So don't be afraid to miss anything here. Yeah, you can, the music, you can slightly hear the Shugbo theme in that. Must be like some kind of final boss theme or boss battle theme for Shugbo Dungeon or so. Let's look over here. Room 6703 West. Let's see, there's another one of those I can use to change the doors, but I don't want to do that. By the way, we also got the map. Another thing you cannot miss, you also just get the map. And yeah, like I said, 3 main floors and then the last one. Okay, I need to open that. And basically, what I'm doing right now is not important. You can pretty much more or less go straight to Dr. Sid, but Still, I like to do some exploring here. Who knows, maybe there's something interesting here. Who knows? I mean, it's still a randomizer, so one interesting thing or two might be there. A Roger mode, yeah, Claymore. It was a Claymore, never mind, it was a Claymore. I recall that one because that's, I think at least in the original PS2 version, I think that's the first or the earliest moment you can get a greatsword in the game. I'm not sure if that applies to Zodiac versions as well. There might be other ways to obtain greatswords in this that I'm currently not aware of. But I remember in the PS2 original, this was the earliest greatsword you could get. What was... Oh yeah, did you hear that? Look at this. Hi. That's funny, they are coming from the elevator. That's also such a nice detail again. This game is full of cool details. Such a good Final Fantasy game. Like, Final Fantasy in general has all those cool details and stuff, but like this game, even for Final Fantasy standards, does things so exceptionally well. It's nice. They also, like, all the stuff, if you think about it, that they give you for justifying you not to use the airship to just fly here and stuff, and to in general fly to all the locations you need to go to, and justify you going by foot by yourself. That's also something which I find very nice. Like, Final Fantasy is never just like dishing out stuff without explanation. Like, there's an explanation for everything. The explanation might not be satisfying, that is for sure, but at times. But at least there are, like, at least attempts to explain stuff in that. And I think most of the time Final Fantasy does that very good. I mean, it is still Final Fantasy, not Final Reality or Last Reality, whatever you want. So there is, of course, some things you can just look around and accept, in my opinion. I mean, a lot of it is supposed to be magic and stuff. That's a given in a fantasy game, after all. So, yeah. I just like that everything is explained. And we are back to the very big soldiers. Nice. There are actually a couple of rooms here. Oh, I hear more guests. Let's run away. There must be a console over here. I can use the... No, can I? No. There wasn't a console in the other room, so I must use another one in a different floor. Oh, that's blocked. Or maybe I simply cannot return here. That could also... Maybe, who knows. Let's try that again. If I go back to 67, I think I also block my way, but I need to figure that out again. Let me see. I need to switch back to blue without, like, blocking myself from going back to an elevator. Yeah, that's a blue door, that's the problem. That's also blue. Okay, this floor does not allow me to go down there with the red doors open. Let's try 68. Sadly, we will never visit floor 69, I think. Or do we? I'm not sure. We will find out. Is it me, or are the loading times here pretty long? Look at this. Can I take all the red? Okay, that would be a door that I can use to go back to the elevator, I presume. Lots of tiny soldiers. Look at those guys. The Lilliput army. No offense. Okay, this one is pretty obvious. Is there? No, not a second door. No. Okay. 6803 East, okay. The color shift is also a pretty nice feature. Okay, let's visit this room up here. Come on, I want to see more grotesque creatures or so. Yeah, here we go. That's the lab red dog. Wow. I meant Final Fantasy VII, sorry, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Lab red room, lab red dog. Local florist, leopard dog, avalanche. No, avalanche. Local florist, leopard dog. That's it. See, that's once again because I made the connection to Shinra earlier. That's why I was on the... That's why my brain, like, switched to Final Fantasy VII. I like that we are getting gil from human enemies. That's also a nice touch. The enemies, nothing to be excited about, like really nothing major here. And I'm super strong. So, yeah, quite the pushovers right now. Let's see, there's another console. Actually, no, I don't want to activate that one. Okay, that should lead me back to... yeah, okay. And now we can go down again. We cannot use the elevator because there are customers coming up. Okay, they are coming from all sides. Nice, got them all. Okay, back to 66. Again, I want to stress again that this is completely optional. There's not much point to doing that, other than exploring. The loading times here are weird, look at this. And now we can explore all of this here. Can we? Or can we not? Must be the case, yeah. Actually, a lot of this is still blocked, interesting. Okay, there we go, terminal. And open the blue doors again, yeah. Draklor laboratory is kind of slow if you think about it. Because you also need to, like, open the doors as zone transition. I cannot talk anymore. You need to open the doors as zone transitions, which is also a little bit more. It's more time consuming than just going through like a marked line and ending in the next area. Oh, the mastiffs are kind of tanky. Did you see that? One took the comet like a pro. One of both. You don't just take one of Boethius comets. Another switch thing? Okay. Interesting. That is interesting. What should I do with that one? Oh, maybe because... let's figure it out. Yeah, because that opens that again, but then I am still at the same position I was earlier, right? Wait a second, I did come... Did I come from here? I think I... No, did I? Actually, I think I did. Okay, there must be a reason for this terminal here. Let's just try it. Okay, back to blue. Obviously, it reminds me of the those doors with the colors remind me of those switches in Zelda games that either raise or lower blue and red blocks. That's always a nice gimmick in Zelda games. Has never been used in 3D Zeldas, interestingly. Iron scraps, wasn't that important for some very early Bazaar I checked on? I do recall iron scraps, I think. It might also have been iron ore though, so I'm not really sure. Okay, I hope this chest is worth it. Gravity, Over here. Aquara, Never mind. Could have been better, I presume. Okay, that's blocked off again, so we need to do everything again, but in reverse. 6611 east, or what it was. Okay. Penelo has the Dragon Viscal crypt, right? I was always thinking about the like staff, the whatever it's called. I was thinking about the staff, but this is actually a spear, right? In any case, it looks pretty good. That's what I wanted to say. It's a pretty good looking spear, if you ask me. Looks arguably better than the Zodiac spear. The Zodiac spear is super simple. But I think that's also like the idea behind it. Like, it's a very simple spear, but like very powerful. Like, there's something that there's something to the spear that the eye first not meets, which doesn't meet the eye. So some researchers here. Okay. Nice researchers, have fun there. Like, that's something you can completely miss because it's also so out of the way. And they still put the effort in. They still put the effort in. I did never notice that they could come from those doors. But yeah, the developers still put the effort into like place some NPCs there, which is nice. Okay, I guess that's another switch. No, it's. Oh yes, I think I did see one. Yes. That one's kind of obvious. Also, speaking of the Dragon Visca, the Dragon Visca is also kind of weird because it has a unique license for itself. Even though it's not really that special of a weapon. Pretty strange, if you ask me. Ashe's out of MP, she keeps casting buffs and stuff. So no buffs for us right now. Oh, look at those. Whoa, blood guys. Those are some big guys. Holy. Okay, that was worth it. Look at those guys. Where do you encounter those guys again? You do not encounter them in the cave, but I think you encountered them in Lusu, maybe? Okay, that was funny. I think we explored everything here, yeah. Okay, that means I can head back to the elevator. And I can actually progress. We are done with the first two floors. Only one floor left, but that floor is also not too big, I think. And then only the final floor with Dr. Sid. Dr. C, Doc C. Tick, 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 tick. Actually, it might have been important that I went here because now I can enter this with the other doors open. Let's see if that was important or not. Well, Thea and Ash were fighting something there, but Penelo just leaves. Goodbye, guys. Okay, and we are here. You know, that is actually open, interesting. Actually, it doesn't matter much which doors open and which doors closed here. Oh, it's over here. Penelo's in fighting mode, so something must be here. Okay, Ash is having fun somewhere. Okay, let her do her thing. I've already been here, right? There are no treasure chests. Oh, wait a second. Wasn't that the room with the rats? Might be, I think. Even though they should have respawned because I zoned 2 areas. But hey, what the hell do I know? Yeah. Okay, we're also not going to floor 69. Stuff is not closed here, okay. Let's see. This is closed. That is just Ash. I thought she was an enemy for a second. Okay, everything closed here, but I can enter this room here. The remaining rooms here are most likely only like switch boards or so. Don't think there's much treasures to be found here anymore. Maybe another batch of enemies, but I'm thinking we are through with treasures here. Ooh, hi. Suddenly spawned out of nowhere. Oh, look at the healing from Balthier, nice. 3000, nice, nice, nice. I like my healing. Those might be enemies here. Oh yeah, those guys, heck dice. Oh. Careful. Also 7000 damage. Look how tiny they are. And that must be because they have good magic stats. Like that's something I explained in the introduction video. If enemies have high magic stats, they are also tinier. And if they have more like physical stats like strength and HP and stuff, they are bigger. Okay, well there's closed again. This is not open. And I'm basically trapped here, okay. Let's switch back then. We need to make it to the west side of things. West side of the floor. Yeah. If I'm stuck here, I need to go back to a different floor and change the doors. Can I go around here? I can, interesting, okay. I most likely need to enter that room to switch something, I guess. Or maybe this room, let's see. Oh, that's just a single judge here. Did he have like a monstrous sound when he died? Sorry to interrupt your coffee break or so. Your lunch break, sorry. Okay, this door will not close, that's good. Yeah, there's a switchboard here. Okay. Wildcat controls. Open blue again. But yeah, music is really good. I keep mentioning that, but it is actually pretty good. Certainly makes this entire area much more epic than it usually is. Regular laboratory is never like the best part of the game, I think. Like it's pretty mediocre. I think they could have done more with this. Probably they wouldn't want to do that because, like I said, one-time area. I probably need to open this one now. Let's see. Yeah. And then I hopefully will make it to the elevator. really need to figure out where this music is coming from. It must be one of the games I haven't played that are in the music pack. Like I said, Chocobo Dungeon would be Chocobo's Dungeon or whatever it's called. Would be a guess here. Because if I played the game, I would recognize the music. Oh, nice effect, but no damage. I wonder when we hit the next like tipping point in terms of like damage output and enemy wise or so. Because right now the enemies cannot really do anything against us. Which is kind of sad, but also kind of nice at the same time. Okay, let's watch this a little bit. Okay, nice music. Look at Bashi and Redas. They're cool guys.
My apologies. You bear not the stench of Sid's lackeys.
And you are our earlier visitor.
Yes, he is indeed. Okay, what is this music? Also music I do not recognize. Actually? Or do I recognize it? Like that part was pretty familiar. Also, I'm just noticing that the rooms actually had guildhors. I'm just noticing that the doors actually have like a logical number attached to them. Like this is floor 70, the second room in east, and this is the 7001. Like the first two numbers are the floor, and then there is the like dedicated number for the room, as well as the notion east and west. That's nice. That's something I did not notice. Cool. Coming up, a boss fight against Dr. Sid. Okay, the party should be alright. Let's switch out Pinello for Bash. Okay, I think I need to be careful because Sid does have reflect on him, so better not use that stuff. Haste, okay. Okay, let's see, Dr. Sid. Dr. Sid is such a good character as well. He's so nuts. He's so nuts. Oh nice, you got opera music again.
Sid, you know Deifacted Nethicite brought down the Leviathan.
This is kind of funny with the opera music.
And you've come here to stop me. I'd fain see you try.
Consider your bones, old man.
Alright. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, he's just plain old Arcadian Empire, okay. Okay, we have Rooks, and Dr. Sid actually does not have. Okay, never mind. He does not have a reflect currently, but he will get it soonish, I think. Or does he?
Always hiding behind your toys. Pity if anything were to happen to them.
Oh yeah, both here trash talking his father is also always nice. The dynamic between both Thea and his father is pretty interesting, or like their relationship. Rooks begin casting Berserk, interesting. Also, Sid has Regen and Protect. Okay, now we got rid of his Rooks, so that means he will start doing more crazy stuff. His special cinematic attacks are the best. Also, I should grab those treasures here, because those are good. I think he's, yeah, here we go, look at this. Look at this. And this is why Dr. Sid is a great character. Yeah, Dr. Sid certified Final Fantasy character with that move. Absolutely. Also, both is immune against something. And Dr. Sid seems to be weak against Thunder. Yeah. Look at Both here. He really does not like his father right now. What was that? Wasn't he... Did he not have like 1/4 left or so? What was that? That was pretty fast at the end. Well, that didn't work.
Fainaru, you shouldn't have.
Okay, now that we got that, let's move on. Oh, Final Fantasy main theme music again. Prelude music.
House Solidor's brutal purge.
Oh yeah, we actually get another narration from Ondor here. But as you know, don't believe in the Ondor slice, guys, so we're not letting him finish his words. Oh, music again? Mysterious music.
To supply the resistance, yet raise not a sword in aid.
But yeah, anyways, things get more heated. The war between Rosaria and Arcades is approaching. Oh, nice music. That's Final Fantasy IX. Is it not? I think I just did hear a flute or so. Now, what is this music? Another music I do not recognize, but again, nice change of music. Also, those three Shura characters. Riken and the others. Rez and Elena, right? Elena? Was Elena right? Well, okay, we are in Belfenheim. Belfenheim is another interesting place. Basically, what we did now with finishing Draklor Laboratory was completing the next big story-related thing. So there are a couple more hunts and other side activities available now. Of course, first of all, we need to investigate and explore Belfenheim, because there is a lot of new stuff here we can get. New spells, still now new techniques, and like new armors and stuff. You can go up here. Nice. Hello guys, sorry to interrupt. But yeah, there's new stuff to get here. I've gotten so many techniques now, and not a single one is one of the good ones. Like telekinesis, steel. At least I got pouch, that's something. At least something. Also, there's a chest here somewhere, but there was also something weird with that chest. Isn't that a chest you normally get in Ensanguined Shield, or was that... It might have been original PS2 version again. There was something weird with the chest here. It might also have been that the spawn rate for the chest is like abysmal or so, like 1% for it to appear. Like, I recall something weird here, not precisely what, but there was something here. What is this guy doing? Okay, in any case, I haven't found what I was searching for. Might have to look that up at time, but then again, I do not really need an Ensanguined Shield right now. Yeah, only Technic Shop. Let's go to the pub. The White Cap. Also, hearing the music, we haven't gotten any Final Fantasy VIII music, right? That's a little bit sad, because Final Fantasy VIII soundtrack is a banger. Oh yeah, look at this. We got Darksteel, Viral, Lindworm, Overlord, Goliath, and Death Scythe. A lot of those are way out of the way. But yes, also, yeah, since we are here in Belfenheim now, I can tell you about my next plan. Actually, I want to continue the story without doing any like big side quests right now, because once we are done with Giruvigan, we can finally use the Strahl, and that will greatly cut down on like travel time and stuff, because then we still have something worse than a teleport crystal, but at least we have like a way to like hop around the world map, and that is pretty nice. That's something I've been waiting for like ever since I started the game, basically. So yeah, that's something I will tackle next, getting the Strahl. Because better traversal through the world is always appreciated. Yeah, here, and we can already buy X potions, that's nice, but they are also super expensive. So we got a power armlet. Oh yeah, that was pretty bad. And otherwise we got everything that's of interest, yeah. The accessory shop never gets much updates. That's a little bit sad. Gambits, we don't need gambits. But spells, so there should be no new spells here. Kirasa. Oh, that's interesting. Kirasa is from Final Fantasy XIII. Restores 30% of max HP to all allies in range. I wonder if having the bubble status also like affects this. If it takes the bubble HP, max HP as basis there, or only like the standard max HP. Yeah, this is nice. It's not like the cure spell I would have liked, certainly. I would have liked a more, like, a stronger, like, area of effect heal. But this is also nice. So 30% is, of course, consistent. So, let's get this one. Also, all allies is pretty good. So, at least it's something for all allies. 30%, so... Yeah, I think 3000 HP upwards, and we should be able to get better healing from that than Cura. Slaughter could also be nice. Pain. Pain is also very interesting. Deals massive dark damage and inflict poison, sap, blind, and silence to one foe. That sounds pretty great, actually. Yeah. It's still a little bit sad because we have Death and Deathka. There would have been so many other like arcane magics the randomizer can add. Like there would be like Tornado or so, like stronger elemental stuff. But sadly we do not get those. I think the ones we have are, let me quickly check that. The ones we have are Dark, Darkra, Pain, Death and Deathka. I could have done without Dark and Darkra and Death and Deathka actually. Yeah, at least Pain is nice. Pain sounds pretty good. Also, I did not miss the... Did I? No. Yes, I did miss. Never mind. I did miss the weapon shop. Whoops. I think yeah, oh yeah, okay. I mistook the technic shop for the weapon shop. Never mind. I still need to get Gaia heads because the restorative item power up effect is pretty nice. Definitely something I want. Actually, let's go over here first. And there must be the map guy somewhere around here. Like this guy. Yep, Sarawi Step. Yeah, that's also a place we could go to, but I will not go there. I'm also aware that I still need to get the reward from our unofficial hunt from the Mandragoras. That's also something I need to get at some point. But yeah, my focus for now is... Do you see that on the map? But yeah, my focus for now would be to get the Strahl. But look at the map. Like, there's this yellow... When this guy appears, his dot appears. And when he disappears, it disappears. Funny. That does not happen to... Does that happen? Yeah, that actually happens to all NPCs? Wow. Also something I never noticed. Nice. Yeah, seriously. Also, those guys are back. We recall those guys from back in the Senses. Nice that they make a return. And yeah, also funny, they still sell the same stuff as when they did back in the Senses, so yeah, nothing I need here. Accessories could be nice. Yeah, normal ammunition, techniques. Oh, never mind. You guys are the greatest. Never mind. I get teleport stones. I forgot that you can buy teleport stones. Okay. Teleport stones, guys. Yeah. Okay, that means I do not need to get the straw. That is great. I can get teleport stones. Finally. I forgot that you can buy them. Oh, yeah. And I also get Gilfer. Yeah, more teleport stones. Thank you. Dude, and I was trash talking him because, oh, you don't have good stuff. Look at this. Oh, so nice. Finally, at the right moment, at the right time. Okay, that changes things a little bit. Okay, now I need a different strategy. That's certainly something I never buy teleport stones. You always get enough. So yeah. But yeah, that's nice. That's what's nice about randomizers. I discover like new stuff like that, or like become aware of stuff like that. Because as I said, that's something you never do because you get plenty of teleport stones throughout your adventure. Oh, Deathbringer, on hit slow. Trident with Thunder Element seems legit. On hit blind, Ice Element. Traitor's Bow is nothing spectacular. Speaker, it's also worse than stuff that we already have. And otherwise, normal stuff. Deathbringer and Trident sound nice. Reduces XP to 0. Weak to water, also proficiency water, interesting. Weak to holy. Oh, this one is interesting. Has equipped lure. Lure. Has equipped lure, interesting. Giant's helmet. Immune to sleep could be nice. Kaiser shield is just a good shield, nothing more to it. Barrel coat, also interesting. But yeah, Gaia head. Let's get two Gaia heads, even though I cannot equip them right now. I almost sold the teleport stones now. Because I thought, 30, nice. Sure, I can sell 2 Omega badges. Okay, not much to sell here right now. Yeah, equipment once again pretty good, but we already have good equipment, so not much stuff I need to get right now. Okay, now I need a new plan. I have only 1,000 guilds, so I definitely need to use the teleport crystal now, or want to use the teleport crystal because that just makes sense right now. Don't need to use chocobos or airships. Okay, let me check out my primer, Hans. You got Carrot, you got Antlion, Death Skies. A lot of guys back in the Nabrios Deadlands and the other thing. What is it called? Nabudis. Necrohole of Nabudis. I forgot something in the pub. There's a hunt we can accept. And there's nothing wrong with accepting hunts right now. I don't need to do them, of course. But accepting them, to having them available is always fine. Dude, I struggle talking today. Like, there are certain things I cannot pronounce today. We need to talk to her here, the Viera Wayfarer, because she is claimed for the reroll hunt. Dude, I really cannot talk. What is up with me? Dude. Like English. English. Hard language to pronounce. I mean, if it is not your native language, then yeah. I think some struggling then is allowed, but yeah. I think there's more difficult stuff. Okay, let's get some rewards and teleport. I'm finally able to teleport. Look at this. Look at this sorcery here, guys. Let's go to Sita first. Okay, that also means we are doing a lot of side quests now. A lot of stuff to do. I actually need to go down here. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Oh, it's raining. Interesting. I could have accepted the Lindworm hunt while I'm here. But 12k, wow. It does. I think the raining also boosts the thunder element right now. Also, you can activate this again. Actually, Bash is better off normally attacking right now. But you can do this. There's flying enemy. Flying enemy? Must be at the end. Flying there. You can use this instead. Okay, now I'm here, but I actually just want to go to the Mandragora client. And nothing else. I'm happy and sad at the same time that I got all those teleport stones now. Because I was looking forward to using the Strahl and like maneuvering around with that through Ivalice. But now I actually have the easy way out. I mean, it's more convenient for sure, but the other method would have been more interesting. And then again, I do not really need to use the teleport stones, of course. But I will. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised that my damage output with normal weapons is not higher. Like, I already have those strong weapons, all those strong weapons equipped. But the physical attack is still kind of normal, if you ask me. Like the double thunder, did you see that? But yeah, it's still nice and good damage output. Very appropriate for the current situation. I must have stepped into a snake's nest here and look at all those snakes here. Where do you think you're going? Goodbye. Interesting corner over here. Like, everything is full of snakes here. What is up here? Of course, the client is at the other save crystal. And we can still see the exclamation mark. Okay, Bash just drew his weapon but immediately put it away again. Nice. You can also activate the Found Coast rare games finally. Oh, there's so much stuff to do and I have not really made a plan for all of that, so I need to improvise a little bit now. But I will figure stuff out. There's enough stuff to do. It might just be the case that I'm not doing stuff efficiently. But like improvising is always possible. Thundaga seems to be good against a lot of enemies. That's nice. Okay, you guys. And we get 1000 gil, we get 4 Fuma rolls and 3 Orichalcum Dirks. Interesting. I think the Orichalcum Dirk is actually pretty good. 86, yeah. Yeah. Okay, it's fine. Let's head back to the teleport crystal and get away from here. Okay, done already. There's also a rare game here that requires you to build a chain. Like a special kind of frog, if I recall correctly. But that's something I will do probably the next time I'm here. Godslayer's badge again. I mean, that Malboro sure is like a god if you think about it. The Godboro. Level-wise, I also still think we are doing fine. It would be nice if Bash also could get quick hit for instant attacks. But I'm not even sure if both Bash can learn that. Oh no. Okay, Ash, you lead the way. Okay, she casts Basuna finally. Okay, got him. Nice, okay, yeah. Let's save again and let's figure out our next destination.